Hello friends, welcome back to the John Went Walking page. Just a check-in with you. I was back out on the Florida Trail this morning up in North Florida, and I posted a video earlier of that outing this morning up there. It was nice to be back on the Florida Trail and back with you. Just a beautiful morning. Now we are in June in Florida, of course, so that means that there is a lot of humidity. So no matter how early you get out in the morning, there's a lot of humidity. So I enjoyed the humidity this morning, and I was out. I got some miles in. I was up here in the Jacksonville area for my job, and I'll be staying here overnight. And I thought, I'm gonna get a North Florida Trail, Florida hike in, and that's what I did. You know, most of the videos I've been posting in the past, if you look back through the channel, we're all from Central Florida and then a little bit further south. Now I'm going to start working on, slowly but surely, updating my channel and trying to get some more North Florida videos in. So the first one went out this morning, and I'll still be mixing in some. I'm going to do some summer training over the summer, some training down on the Green Swamp Trail because it's pretty close to where I live. So I thought I'd just get out there and keep getting some miles in on the actual trail in that swamp. But I still want to get up here. Whenever I'm up in North Florida, up in the Jacksonville area, I'm going to drive up through the center part of the state, through through Ocala, and then come up through that part of the state and try to get some videos in up here in North Florida. I think this morning I was at about mile 588.9 on the Florida Trails where I started. So I'm out here on the Fernandina beach, and we've got beach buggies rolling by here. Have to excuse the noise. And you see I got people behind me. This is actually a very busy beach. Like, there's a lot of people down here. I mean, it's not crowded because it's Florida, so the beach is big and wide open, so it's not crowded. But it's quite a bit of people, and people are out enjoying a sunny day in Florida. A beach day in Florida in June. And we got a little breeze. The sun's ducking in and out behind the clouds. We've actually been about the past month now or so, the past 3 weeks, we've been back into kind of like the rainy season weather. So we're getting, on a regular basis, we're getting probably 4 or 5 nights a week, we're getting some pretty heavy rain. In the next month or so, that'll be a daily occurrence, and it's just like once every day, we get like a 20-minute downpour, maybe get an inch and a half of rain, and then it's done. Of course, when the rain's done, you know what it means. It's going to be very humid out there, and you're going to be out there drenched just going from your house to your car, but that's okay. Today, I'm down here on Fernandina Beach, just east of kind of just north of Jacksonville. I'm between Jacksonville and the Georgia state line. So when I come up to Jacksonville to work, I work up in this area. So that's what I was doing up here today, and I decided to go ahead and do kind of an updated video along with the trail post from this morning. So we're about, right now I'm at about 7 months into preparation for my Florida Trail Thru-Hike attempt. And in the past couple of weeks, I'd been up on the Appalachian Trail, which is, of course, my main goal long term. As I said, my big kahuna, I want to do the Appalachian Trail. But I want to have a Florida Trail Thru-Hike completion. I think just to kind of gear me up for it, I think I can do it in about 3.5 months or so. It'll start in January. Maybe 3.5 months. I'm going to take my time. I live down in the Orlando area, so of course on the way through I'm going to be able to stop down there and spend a couple of nights during the Thru-Hike in my home bed, which will be very nice. It'll be a nice break, about a little bit into the trail there. So that's kind of what the plan is. I am still on track physically. I'm doing pretty good. I don't have any outstanding problems. My hip surgery from about 4 years ago now, my hip surgery, it seems to be well, knock on wood. Like, my hip seems fine. I still need to get about 10 or 12 pounds off before the Thru-Hike attempt, but that comes off over the summer pretty easy just because of the heat. we're out here marching in it. Like I'm gonna like drop a few pounds over the summer, so that I always do. So that part's good. I've been trying to eat a little bit more healthy. In fact, I'm trying to eat a lot more healthy. I'm trying to cut out most of the sugar and sticking mostly with fruits, vegetables, and then, you know, lean meats. I eat a lot of chicken and fish. I love fish, so I've been doing that. I've been trying to take some time for myself and relax a little bit and try to not let myself get so stressed out, trying to spend a little bit of time every day reading, studying. And of course, also on the sleeping side, that's where I continue to make progress. I do have a machine to help me sleep, and you know, I'm still not sleeping a lot. I'm not sleeping as much as I would like to, but I do. I am able to, you know, get in a little bit more sleep. I'm probably averaging 4 or 5 hours. I don't even know a night, but at least that's a lot better than I've done in the past, and so that's a positive thing. If I try to, like, if often, you know, I'll even take a nap in the afternoon to kind of catch me up. That's helpful. So I'm not overextending myself. I'm just trying to prepare myself for this Florida Trail Thru-Hike attempt. So that's where I'm at right now. I wanted to get out here. I know I've actually posted videos from the Gulf before on the other side of the Florida Peninsula, over on the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America, over on that side, up in the Tarpon Springs area. And I'll be back there. I get back there at least a couple of times a month. I'll still be posting from over there once in a while. But I wanted to post a video this morning from the Atlantic Ocean. That's where I'm at here this morning. Like I said, right on the coast, right on the Atlantic coast between Jacksonville and the Georgia state line, was just a couple of miles up here to my north. So everything else is moving along pretty well. I'm going to go back to, I've got my hotel checked in already here this evening. I'm going to find something for dinner, get something light to eat, and then try to get back to the hotel. Maybe try to get these videos uploaded, spend a little bit of time reading, checking in, maybe make a couple of phone calls back home, see how everything's going. So I'm doing pretty well, and trying to stay focused on what I'm doing, stay focused in just my day instead of being worried about so far down the road. Because if you think about it, January is not that far away. We're in the middle of June, so you're talking July, August, September, October, November, December, January. You're talking about 7 months, and we're in the middle of January. So we're probably talking more like 6 months where I got to be really prepared and ready to go. And so that's kind of what my focus is right now. I haven't done any gear videos yet because my gear is going to be pretty basic stuff, and a lot of it is left over from my brother-in-law and his thru-hike of the Appalachian Trail back in 2018. I was just up there. I was up there at Harper's Ferry. I was on the Appalachian Trail between Harper's Ferry, West Virginia, and the Penmar Park on the Maryland-Pennsylvania line. There's about a 40-mile stretch in there. I was in that area. That's my home area where I grew up, out there. And so I got to spend some time out on the Appalachian Trail up there, and it just warms my heart to be out there moving. This time of the year, the folks are approaching Harper's Ferry. There have been 200 or 300 that have already come through there. That's of course the traditional halfway point. So they come through there, they sign in, they get their picture taken, then they keep moving north, right through Pennsylvania, New Jersey, then into New England. So I was right in that area. I got to talk to a couple of thru-hikers. I actually met 2 thru-hikers at Penmar Park that day. I was with my mom that day up at Penmar Park, 88 years old this year, and she was out there with me doing a little bit of hiking. We just were out to enjoy the day. But I met 2 female thru-hikers, 77 and 72 years old. They were thru-hiking the Appalachian Trail. And I saw them north of Harper's Ferry, you know, so they're doing very well. They're moving along. I'm trying to follow them on their website. They don't have a YouTube channel, but they have a Facebook page. I'm following them. They're the Appalachian Divas. I'm following them, or Appalachian Trail Divas maybe. I'm following them on their Facebook page. They don't post regularly, and like I said, they don't have a YouTube channel, but I'm going to follow them because I really believe in my heart they're going to make it. And they're very inspirational. And I'm sitting here, I'm 64 years old this year in September. I'm sitting here kind of worried about, oh my gosh, I got to get moving. I got another year or 2 here to get it done. This is a 77 and 72-year-old females are out there getting it done. So God bless them. They make me very happy. They inspire me. And friends, if you're still with me on this journey, I'm very grateful to have you here. You know, I got a lot of videos already posted from down in Central Florida. There are going to be more coming, but I'm also going to be mixing in some from up here in North Florida over the summer. So I wish every single one of you the best wherever you are. So this is the John Went Walking channel from Fernandina Beach near Jacksonville, Florida. I'm just north of Jacksonville, Florida. Beautiful, beautiful June day. I wish you the best for all. I hope to see you again real soon. Goodbye, friends.